This video is sponsored by you. Links to support the channel are in the description, along with the Discord. Before you ask, yes, that is 500 people scrolling on your screen just now. Living Shad decided to gift 500 memberships. Just give it a moment. Hello there, Arknights' most hated YouTuber here, once again asking a brave and controversial question. Who are the good 5 stars? And I don't mean the ones that do their job well but are nothing to write home about. Those that technically classify as good but truthfully nobody would actually build. I mean the 5 stars that are worth pulling for, that you can recommend to anyone in good faith. Well, personally, which we know is the objective answer anyway, I would say those operators are Tilopsis, Specter, Warfarin, Elysium, Cantabile, Tin Man, specifically for IS5, and Surfer. But fine, let's be extra generous and also add Texas, Silence, Blue Poison, Lappland, Manticore, Shamare, Pluma, Kroos and Gracebearer, who probably doesn't deserve to be here, but I like her. Those are the 5 stars that, in my opinion, and generally in the community, would get a pass, instead of getting spat on like 5 stars normally do. So let me bring your attention to something. With the exception of Cantabile and Pluma, and Kroos and Tin Man who are welfares, and Surfer and Gracebearer who are CN, everyone in this list can only be found in Kernel banners. This means that if you are a new player, stumbling on about the game's systems like a headless chicken, only rolling on event banners and maybe the occasional standard banner, you miss out on every good 5 star, but 4. In other words, the average new player can, if they so choose, skip the 5-star rarity entirely and lose nothing of value. How did we get here? What the fuck happened? This video will explore just that. But first, I need to sell you something. Before we continue, this video is sponsored by ElDorado, an online marketplace for in-game currencies, accounts, top-ups, items and account boostings, with trusted sellers, secure transactions, and most importantly, cheaper prices. No need to Google, is this marketplace safe with this one? I know you do that. I also know you're here for Arknights. So let's say you're a new player and you're mad that you missed out on Ela or Kirin Ariato, since we all know they are not rerunning. Well, I might have a solution for you. Besides, they also have items and accounts and currencies for other popular games, up to 200 plus. Genshin, Star Rail, the other Honkai no one cares about, Zenless, WoW, Roblox games like Grow a Garden, a variety of MMORPGs, GTA, Fortnite, Valorant, League of Legends, you get the point. You can get an exclusive discount at this link, which is in the description and pinned comment, or by using code SUPAH. Anyhow, is this video saying that 5 stars are bad? No, not really. The truth is actually that the vast majority of 5 stars are perfectly serviceable, usable units that do what it says on the tin. Not everyone is a meme tier banner filler like Corroserum, Tsukinogi or Lucilla. In reality, the truly awful 5 stars are few and far between, and most of them are the delicious in dungeon characters. So, if the actual units themselves have nothing particularly wrong, the issue must lie somewhere else. And that issue is that 5 stars are the worst possible middle ground between a 4 star and a 6 star. Let's look at a completely random 5 star, Brigid, KOB2. SUPAH from the future here. In this segment, I get every material tier wrong. I call tier 5s tier 4, tier 4s tier 3, and so on. This is because I literally forgot that the actual tier 1 materials exist. I completely forgot they're in the game. So, apologies for that, but what I say here should still be correct despite that. To E2 and Skill 2 Mastery 3 Brigid, it will cost you 371,000 LMD, 27 blue skill books, 18 green skill books, 4 assorted tier 4 materials, 19 assorted tier 3 materials, and 23 assorted tier 2 materials. This already is kind of a lot for what she offers, that being a perfectly mid-ass sniper. But let's look at Narantuya, the 6-star counterpart. To E2 Skill 3 Mastery 3 her, you will need 589,000 LMD, 43 blue skill books, 24 green skill books, 10 assorted tier 4 materials, 23 tier 3 materials, and 17 assorted tier 2 materials. Here is by how much each material cost increases by in percentage. Averaging it out, a 6-star generally costs about 50% more than a 5-star. If we look at Caper, the 4-star loop shooter, doing the same comparisons and the same math, it turns out Brigid is 86% more expensive to build. Of course, this one example won't exactly be representative of every class and operator in the game, but it's a good general baseline to work off of. What this whole segment was meant to demonstrate is that 5 stars are closest to 4 stars in performance, but closest to 6 stars in material costs. There is a wider gap between 4 stars and 5 stars than there is between 5 stars and 6 stars. In other words, they get the worst of both worlds. Rather than being a diet 6-star, they are an overly expensive 4-star. The increase in material costs and the increase in performance don't match, leaving 5 stars in a limbo where spending those materials instead of going the extra mile for a 6-star isn't worth it. While 6 stars are 50% pricier than 5 stars, they are often far more than 50% better. And while 5 stars are 86% pricier than a 4-star, you'd be hard-pressed to find a 5-star that is 86% better than their 4-star counterpart. Of course, these percentages, when it comes to increases in performance, are vague and nebulous. I can't really point at the performance number and show you that. The closest would be those DPS graphs, which themselves need a lot of specifications and added notes to truly be representative of the game. But I feel a lot of you will agree with my assessment purely on a game feel level. If you've played with 5 stars, if you put your grubby little hands all over Techno, you will see they are much closer to 4 stars than 6 stars. So, what is the solution here? Some of you would say the issue is that 6 stars are way too above 5 stars, so make 6 stars weaker to match 5 stars more closely. But that's stupid and wrong, and you should stop watching Bloop. 6 stars being so outrageously bonkers is part of why this game is so good, in my opinion, as I will explain in the next video. Hopefully. What I'd propose is to either make 5 stars way stronger, on par with Elysium or Cantabile or Tilopsis, or maybe even better, or make their material cost way cheaper to more closely match the cost of 4 stars. In any case, though, that would require to change half of the operators in the game, so we know it's not happening. All in all, this was just a fun thought experiment. And that's all. Max out your Gummy. Bye. Hello, welcome to the outro. This is where we do the outro and repeated joke, you know, just regurgitated jokes. Anyway, thank you to the members and Patreons on screen right now. In particular, Ichigods, Living Shad, QX10, QX10, Boreas, Mr. Lair, That Animal Raptor, Good Old Leon, Seishin, Joseph D, Matthew Nemo, Zephyrinix, Nupo, Lord Takeo, Lizard King, Nemotic, Andre Mula, Mecreguera, Artjack, the King of Harems, Jigster, Giorgio, that guy with 2 names, Light Nero, Maxios, Kevin McGuire, and Chromechan but JJF. And also the 500 people scrolling on screen right now. Truthfully, the list also includes the 80% and 100% people. I just couldn't be bothered to remove them. I just took the whole list and have it scroll. It's not like anyone's gonna notice anyway.